Hello, everyone, and welcome to Perilous Paths here on GDQ Hotfix. My name is Cutie, and we focus on adventurous and challenging speedruns here. But as always, we are the first show of the week here early on Mondays, so make sure you go to gdq.gg/hotfix or gamesdonequick.com/hotfix/schedule, I think, to check out all the fun stuff that we have coming up this week. We've got an incredible schedule, lots of amazing runs. You're going to want to make sure you take a look at what we have coming up. And speaking on what we have coming up, we have multiple firsts, things we have never done on the show here for you today. So the first thing we're going to do is Dead Space Mobile with SharkCat87, famous runner doing a mobile game. Now, we have never had a mobile game on the show, but given that mobile is such an incredible gaming environment, I think it's time we shed a light on some of the stuff that you can do in mobile games, including glitches and different fun things. So I'm really excited to have that on the show. And then we are going to follow that up with Mega Man X1-3, and that is going to be the Route Matrix randomizer. Now, again, we have never had a randomizer on this show, and I am super excited for this one in particular because, as the name says, it is a route randomizer, meaning we're going to play through all three games in some sort of weird cursed order, and it's going to end up with cross progression, Metroidvania. You might not have the weapons you need for certain bosses or certain, skips in different levels, so there's going to be a lot of improvisation. I'm super excited for that, and that is kind of what we lean into on this show. If you're new here, we love challenging, adventurous, cross progression type weird stuff. So I'm super excited for that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So let's bring in SharkCat, who's going to be doing Dead Space Mobile any % New Game Plus. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the show. Hello, everybody. I'm SharkCat87. And yeah, today we're going to be running Dead Space Mobile. A lot of you probably have never seen this game before, or maybe played it on your iPhone or Android back in the day. So I'm excited to show that off. Time's going to start pretty much just when I select the file here. So I'll go ahead and give a countdown. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
All right.
Fun.
Thank you. All right. So it is New Game Plus. So we load a file where we've already beaten the game at least once. We'll have all of our 4 weapons already, which will let us be very important later for some skips and stuff. But yeah, so this is a mobile game of Dead Space. It came out in 2011 in between Dead Space 1 and 2. They released a bunch of, things for marketing, like side spin-off games and like the animated movies and comics and all these things leading up to Dead Space 2. In my opinion, this is the best of the 3 spin-off games. We were talking about before the show as well, but there's Extraction, which is a light rail shooter on the Wii and PS3, and then there's Ignition, which is like a puzzle game with some story stuff in between. But as far as this run goes, we're playing as this character Vandal, doing some stuff for the Church of Unitology here. We're on a secret mission. But as far as the speedrun goes, a couple things. So yeah, like I said, New Game Plus. So we start with some of our equipment. We actually don't have an upgraded suit, which is important. There's going to be some glitches later that involve actually acquiring the suit. And another funny thing is it's actually, we're playing on the middle difficulty. So there's easy, normal, and hard. It's actually faster to play on normal because there's going to be some glitches where we need to take some damage. And we'll take a little bit more damage on normal. So I don't know, it's kind of funny. There's not a lot of other games where not playing on the fastest or the easiest difficulty is fastest. I think the only other examples I know of is I think it's Doom 2016 and Ratatouille, ironically. But yeah, so this is sort of the tutorial level. We're learning how to use all of our equipment. We got this melee weapon, which is a little bit different versus the original trilogy. We don't use it too much, but we can use it to destroy some of these things on the wall here.
There's a lot of people in chat giving love to the mobile game, and for those of you that don't know, I meant to mention it during the intro, I forgot, but this was actually the iPad Game of the Year for 2011. I think it won some Apple awards and different things. It's also available on Android and other platforms, but this was a big release when it came out.
Yeah, it's a really good game, especially considering the platform it's on. I mean, it really is just like, kind of like a PlayStation 1 style, almost looking Dead Space game. It's a full campaign, and yeah, it's pretty solid. Like I said, I didn't play it until a couple of years ago for the first time. I never played it when it came out, but yeah, it's very cool. It actually is on a few other platforms as well. I mean, so iPhone, iPad, Android. We're actually playing the Xperia Play version, which I also didn't know about before getting into the speedrun. And the reason that's important is because that particular phone, or the version of the game for that phone, is a little bit different because the phone has actual gamepad buttons on it for mobile games, and some of the glitches we're going to be doing in this run only work with the button inputs, whereas the original release of the game only has touchscreen controls.
Yeah, I'm looking at the, I've never seen an Xperia Play in person. Look at the Wikipedia. It looks like it's like a sliding phone, and you open up the bottom of it and you have a gamepad. Like, so for younger viewers out there, we used to have flip phones and sliding phones, and now we have folding phones. That's a newer thing. But, a lot of like PSP type things, we experimented a lot in the early 2010s. Also, these lighting effects are my favorite thing ever. We talked about this in the pre-show, but I love these things.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. Yeah, I do like the way this game looks. It's you can definitely tell it's a 2011 game, like phone game, but I think it still looks pretty cool, which is nice. But I guess I'll explain a little bit about the routing. So we do have a lot of pretty powerful glitches that we're going to be using. There's a lot of out of bounds in this run. There's not too much we can do in the first two levels. It's kind of funny, the two of the most broken things in the game are the upgrade bench and the store, but we don't get access to those until chapter 3, so some of the really big glitches you're not going to see until later. In fact, once we're done with the next level, in terms of time, we're going to be about a third of the way through the run already, but we still have 10 more levels after that to go. There's a total of 12 chapters in this game. And I guess there's a couple combat levels in between, but there's a lot of levels after this, but a lot of them are going to go by quite a bit faster. So we kind of get flashbanged here a little bit. This level's very, very bright, and none of the other levels are like this. They're usually pretty dark. So just be prepared for that here. It's going to look like this for pretty much the whole level, except for these little darker areas here. So one funny thing about New Game Plus is we actually keep some of our abilities too. So you're supposed to go get the stasis module here, which lets you slow stuff down, but we already have it, so we can just kind of skip doing that room to our right over there. And I kind of brushed past it, but we did the same thing with the plasma cutter in chapter 1 as well. We already had it, so I just didn't pick it up again. All right, and now we finally get some combat, so I'm gonna hit this trigger here to spawn some enemies. And yeah, so it's not too crazy yet because this is one of our first combat encounters in the game. So we get just a few enemies here. We're gonna just spawn camp them because we know where they're gonna spawn already. There's a few places in the game where it gets a little bit trickier with a lot more enemies where they may not always be at the same spot. But here it's pretty simple. They give you a lot of time in between. It's not too bad there.
For those familiar with, let's say, the main series, the 1, 2, 3 on console that most people know, does this game operate under the same principles? So are you still trying to do dismemberment and all of that, or is it work differently?
Yeah, that's actually a really good question. Yeah, so the combat actually is really similar. The dismemberment stuff is pretty much the same as the original trilogy. So if you take off a limb, it does a lot more damage. You can still do damage by hitting enemies in the body, but if you manage to sever a limb, it does way more damage. So that's why with these enemies back there we just fought, they're called slashers. We try to take off at least one of the legs first, and then go for the arms, and then that usually takes them out. So we get a bit of a weird room here. I'm gonna try to snipe this guy through the wall, and then there's some enemies playing dead, and we gotta kill them. You'll notice we hallucinate a few times through the run with some weird things happening. So there's no exit here. We're kind of gonna just like teleport, seemingly, and then I'm actually gonna do a reload there, and that will actually skip a scripted sequence where we normally have to sit there and we just kind of get stopped for a second. That's sort of a narrative thing, but if you're reloading, you can skip certain triggers like that. So we're able to just keep moving there. And then, yeah, we're actually almost done with chapter 2 now. we just have another forced combat sequence here. So we're waiting for some enemies to spawn, and then pretty much try to snipe them once they come around the corner or come out of the vents here.
I see some of the bodies are despawning now. Of course, Dead Space is famous for the stomp. Are you able to, you know, make them into loot pinatas, or they are just despawning?
Oh, actually, yeah. So one thing that's different is when you kill an enemy, they do just drop the loot, but you still can stomp enemies. But it's a little bit more scripted. You have to walk up and have an enemy in front of you, and then you press a certain button or do like the touchscreen motion on it to get it to happen. And then you can use the plasma saw whenever, but yeah, you can still stomp stuff. If you see boxes on the ground, we can also stomp those too, like to get loot. So I guess that's probably the closest thing to how it is in the original game. But yeah, no, none of the enemies die, and then you have to stomp the corpses to get loot and all that stuff.
For some reason, I just started imagining somebody playing this on like the subway, and you just hear the screaming monsters and stuff.
Like someone playing without headphones in on the subway.
Like New York subway or whatever. Just...
Yeah, that's pretty good. Probably happened. That's funny.
No, I swear, I didn't know what they were doing.
All right, so now we're in chapter 3. We're getting pretty close to doing our first big out of bounds skip here. Like I said, once we get to this level, things start to go a lot quicker. But we got to hit a switch first to unlock a door, and then so it's funny, so we like I said before, we already have all our weapons, but in some places the game gives you the option or forces you to pick it up again. So we're gonna actually pick up the Ripper on purpose here, even though we technically otherwise wouldn't need it, and that's because it's a little bit different than the main way we're gonna get out of bounds later, but this one's a little bit unique. So I guess I'll just explain what we're actually gonna do. And I just got to kill these guys so they don't get in the way here. All right, so I'm going to take the line gun now, and I'm going to place some mines on the ground, and 3 of them should kill me. So again, this is the main reason we play on normal difficulty instead of easy or hard. And as soon as I die, I'm going to pick up the Ripper, and the cutscene is going to cancel the death animation there. Now, the important thing is, well, first of all, I can walk through walls now. And the reason for that is when you die, you lose collision with walls. But since we interrupted the death animation, we can move again, and we're not actually dead. So we're in sort of like, I guess like zombie state maybe is the best way you could put it. I guess like as an analogy. There's certain things that'll cancel this, but as long as we avoid those, we have no collision. And then I'm going to do a little trick where we just place a node on the health, but don't upgrade it, and that refills our health. And then we can just hit the end level trigger here. And the reason why we had to heal is because the game has 2 different fade outs it can do. It can do a death fade out, which is just where you die, and then it says, you know, you died, do you want to reload or quit? And then the other one is the end level fade out. So if we're dead and we hit the end level trigger, it recognizes that we're dead and says like, oh yeah, you died, and it plays the death fade out instead. But as long as you have some health, then the level ends normally, like it, you know, like it's supposed to. Because normally you can't die and then touch that trigger, so it's just how they programmed it, I guess. It's a little odd, but yeah. So that was our first no clip glitch, airwalk out of bounds. As you saw, once we ran out, we also were able to kind of float in midair. There's no gravity in this game, at least applied to your character. So if you get out of bounds, you don't fall, you just float in the air. And we'll talk about that more later because it'll be relevant with some of the other skips. But yeah, so that's kind of a special way to do it based off the cutscene. Once we get to the next level, we can do it with the bench instead, which is going to be our main method of getting out of bounds, and it'll be a little bit simpler. But yeah, I mentioned earlier there's some combat sections, so we have a few more of these as we're kind of going between levels as well. So you'll see more of these also later. All right, this is probably the shortest level in the game, although it's pretty close. There's a couple levels that are pretty short here, but like I said, this is our main setup now. So I'm gonna die, and as soon as I die, I'm gonna interact with the bench. So we got the death animation, which gives us no clip, and then we cancel it so we don't actually die by interacting with the bench, and we can walk through solid walls, and that is the end of the level right there. So that's chapter 4.
It's interesting that the necromorphs still spawned and went after you, even though you were dead.
Yeah, so they do still try to hit you, and taking damage is one of the things that actually cancels the glitch, so we do have to be a little bit careful. There's certain animations we can do also, like meleeing or using the locator, that also get rid of it, so it's pretty easy to avoid. I just gotta make sure I don't press those buttons on accident. And then yeah, so you'll see here the level loads based on where you're standing, which usually is fine because you're in the level, but that's why we're in the void here, is because I stepped far enough away from any of the rooms that it doesn't load them. It's trying to save on memory and all that stuff. It is a mobile game after all, so they got to be pretty efficient. But eventually I should pop back in once I get close enough to this level. So as we do some of these tricks, you'll see the level kind of appearing and disappearing as we go. Now, fortunately, floor collision still works, so I'm actually able to climb up that ramp, so we can use slopes to lose or gain height, which is really nice because the end of the level here is a little bit higher than where we start. A lot of the time, the level is just completely flat anyway, so it doesn't matter, but for stuff like that, it's pretty lucky. Otherwise, we'd have to cancel the glitch and maybe not, maybe couldn't skip as much stuff.
It's kind of appropriate for Dead Space that you're spending most of the run dead, right? I don't know the lore. Yeah. I don't know if you're actually dead in this one or what's going on, but it seems kind of appropriate. Your main form of movement is death.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I when I first played this, I wasn't sure, if it was gonna be a good speed run. I haven't done much with the other 2 Dead Space spin-off games as far as speedrunning, like not as much as this game anyway. But I was very happy that this turned out well with some cool tricks and stuff. It exceeded my expectations for sure. I was not expecting any of the crazy stuff we found to work. But yeah, so almost done with this little section. Just gotta. There's not really anything we can do in these sections to skip them, and I don't think I mentioned it yet, but the no-clip glitch resets through loading screen, so when you start a new level, you don't have it anymore, and you have to set it up, which is probably good overall. It makes things more interesting, actually having to, set things up and do stuff. Otherwise, you would just run in a straight line to the end of every level pretty much without doing anything else. And so a lot of these levels do have a bench right at the start, which is really good. Not all of them do. So for the next couple levels, we're going to be doing something pretty similar to this, but we have some other tricks up our sleeve later when things get a little bit different.
And you mentioned we were doing this on the Xperia Play version specifically. Are these glitches still applicable to the other versions, the iOS, the Android, or is it something specific to like the operating system and how they coded for Xperia?
Yeah, so some of the specific glitches I'm doing only work on Xperia, and it's because of the those actual buttons on the phone, because otherwise some of the with just touchscreen controls, some of the glitches don't work. Like the interaction with the bench after you die, that only works when you press the button instead of trying to like tap the screen. There's a couple other glitches that do still work on the regular like iPhone and Android release, but the run is fairly different than this one. This is definitely the most broken one.
That opens up like a whole world of questions for me, because that's the first time I've ever seen like a button specific glitch, and I'm wondering now like Wii U games or other things that have touch screens. Like,
oh yeah.
I wonder if that's been a thing for anyone else, or if anyone else has considered that for other games. I'm not a glitch hunter, but now I'm just like, that kind of blew my mind. Like you have to have a physical button versus, because in my mind I'm thinking the Switch is the same either way.
Right.
So that's really cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a good question, because I know that I'm thinking Wii U speedruns, I'm thinking Wind Waker HD, which I've definitely watched, but I'm not a runner of that, so I don't know mechanically how a lot of that works, but I'm sure there's some shenanigans with the touchscreen there. Could be some touchscreen exclusive glitches also, maybe. I'm not sure, but
Just aim at where you want.
yeah, that was definitely something interesting to figure out. Like for example, there's a different out of bounds you can do with the 0G area back there, and that works on all versions of the game because it's basically just movement. There's a weird airwalk thing you can do to get out of bounds instead of doing this, but unfortunately this is a little bit faster, so you know we're just gonna kind of no clip through. I mean, both versions are cool, obviously, but yeah. There we go.
And how
Yeah.
how tight is the timing on this? Because you're having to repeat it quite a lot. I'm assuming it's not
Yeah.
perfect.
No, it's not insanely precise, but it takes a little bit of practice. I've gotten it down pretty well, but that's a good thing to mention. So if you do it too early, then you go into the bench, but then you die. And if you do it too late, then you're just not able to interact with it at all. So it basically just ends in you dying either way, like it not working. But fortunately, most of the time when you do these, you have a checkpoint pretty close by, or it's just the beginning of the level anyway. But yeah, it's not too bad. I would say this is a pretty accessible run overall. Truly, the hardest thing is just getting set up to play it in the first place because it's not on a a more common platform. But yeah, the run itself is very fun though. I think it's a very, very unique one, you know. And again, speaking of mobile games, you know, this is the only mobile game I've ever speed ran. So I'm definitely curious what other there's other mobile game runners that run other cool stuff as well. But
Chad brought up an interesting question, which is if you connected like a Bluetooth controller or something to a platform that wasn't the Xperia, like would you be able to reproduce it, or would that be able to let you do other things? I don't know if you know the answer to that, but it's a really interesting question.
That is a good question. I'm not sure if I know for sure. It might be different just because of the way each version is programmed, but that's a good point because I think you can connect stuff like Xbox controllers to phones. I think there's probably one or two people in the Dead Space Discord that might know the answer to that. I'm not 100% sure. Because I think it's programmed as a separate input, if that makes sense. Like I think the way they, without getting like, I guess like I don't know the technical explanation exactly, but I think it's programmed a little bit differently, the actual button inputs. But if it did work, that would be awesome though. Definitely a little bit easier to get set up. I mean, like I said, I'd never heard of before I speedran this, I did not know what that phone was, or I'd never heard of it.
Yeah, I'm wondering because they might have different optimizations for load screens and different things as well. If you're on Android or iOS, and if that solved the glitch issue, that might open a whole new world for the speedrun. What? Oh my God, that is a gun.
Oh yes, yeah, we kind of could just go first person here. Yeah, so this gun is super unique. The core, to my knowledge, it's not in any of the other games. I don't remember everything about extraction, so I don't remember if it's in that game too. But yeah, the alternate fire is just a big laser beam where you go first person and shred stuff, which is pretty fun. Very good for these arena type levels here where we just gotta kill stuff.
Now entering food processing.
All right, so we're already on chapter 8 here, and would you know it, there's a bench right here, so probably figured out by now what we're about to do. We're gonna set up the airwalk glitch, the no clip glitch. Gonna heal, and then this part's interesting because what happens here is you have to follow the trail of blood, and if you don't, you hit triggers that will teleport you back to the start. So it's sort of like a maze, but it tells you where to go. But those triggers extend out of bounds, so even though I can no clip, it still ends up being a little bit faster to walk inbounds and just clip through the doors here, or take some slight shortcuts, because if I don't, otherwise I gotta go like pretty far out of the way to dodge those triggers, and then they would just teleport me back to the beginning of the level anyway. But we're past that section now, so we can navigate through the whole food storage area here. So the next level, chapter 9, actually does not have a bench or store right at the start, so it's one of the few levels in late game where we actually have to, well, play it normally for a little bit. We're not quite to it yet, but I just wanted to preemptively give a flashing light warning for that part. It's it's not like insanely fast, but it's kind of a very obnoxious flash that it does during one of these quarantine fights. So I'll mention it again once we actually get to it, but it's, I don't know. I find it to be a little obnoxious, so I like to give people a heads up for it. But that's coming up in like a minute here, so we still got a little bit of time.
Is there any risk of you, if you go outside of the floor, just like falling through the level?
No, we're actually pretty safe there, just because of the there being no gravity for our character, so we can't fall down. We can get like a little bit stuck re-entering collision from when we're going from out of bounds to inbound sometimes, but that's pretty easy to fix. Yeah, there's not too much risk. I would say honestly the scariest thing is just getting lost if you make a wrong turn or something, because you won't be able to see anything unless you're like right next to the level. Oh yeah, so the flashing lights are coming up right here, so I just wanted to give people a warning for that. Last for like about a minute or so here during this fight. So yeah, we got to kill all these enemies here. This effect actually does play a couple other times in the game. Fortunately, we did skip those, so we didn't have to see them. But I gotta be a little bit careful here. Okay, he's a little bit close. I'll just shoot him. So we usually try to kill this enemy with explosives, because if you hit it in the body, it'll spawn a bunch of smaller enemies out of its stomach. The explosive, fortunately, doesn't count for that and just blows it up and kills it in one hit, but if it's a little bit too close, we'll take damage. And again, we are playing on normal instead of easy, and I haven't upgraded my health or my suits at all. And again, the main reason for that is it means that we only need 3 explosives to enter the glitch state for the out of bounds stuff. Otherwise it would be more. But that also means that enemies actually do a pretty decent amount of damage to us, especially this far into the game. So this is definitely the hardest combat section of the run that we have to do. And but otherwise, yeah, it is pretty typical Dead Space combat. Your typical slashers and exploders and stuff like that. Enemies coming out of vents. But yeah, we're doing pretty good here. We'll try to use explosives for the bigger enemies to one-shot them. I think we get a few, or we will get a couple more.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about the graphics, but there's something that I love about just watching the buzzsaw or the lasers and stuff earlier. Like it's so chunky and like magnificent with this on like 1080p. It's fantastic.
It actually, yeah, it does look fun. It is cool seeing it upscaled like that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm a fan of this game overall. It's very, very cool. I'm hoping there's at least a couple people in chat who saw this and then hadn't played it since 2012 or something and are getting a blast of the past right now.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people have mentioned that this was like one person just said it was their first horror game. Some people mentioned the Xperia Play and having played it on that and having one of those.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah, so we've gotten a lot of people have recognized it. Somebody mentioned having to see ads to get ammo or life. I don't know if EA had done microtransactions yet.
Oh yeah, I actually
famously
don't know.
ruined one of the Dead Spaces doing that.
That's very funny. Oh yeah, I got chat pulled up. Yo, what's up, Bobby? How's it going? What's up? There we go. I actually wasn't sure if I got that mine down there. Nice, that worked though. This guy likes to attack us, so I gotta be a little bit careful. It's not a huge deal. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, if we get hit, it does cancel the glitch. So I would have just had to reload the checkpoint there. Not a huge deal. If only someone could figure out why he's called Sharkhat. That will be a secret. I will not be divulging that at this time. But yeah, we got a boss here. We're gonna again try not to get hit. And
I think the answer to that kind of stuff, chat, is always they picked a username when they were like 8 and now they're stuck with it. That's what I always think.
It really was like a middle school thing of like I got the hat and I thought it was cool, so that was just my name, and here we are.
I mean, it stood the test of time. We were talking in the green room. You don't have backups though. We need like a whole plethora of shark hats. We need like different colors and varieties. We need hammerhead. We need swordfish isn't a shark. What am I saying? But
I mean, that would be cool too. Hey, that would be cool too. You know. I think I have a squid one somewhere. Ooh. It's close enough, right?
Do the arms come down like hair? Because that'd be amazing.
Oh, the squid. You know, honestly, I haven't seen it in like years, so I don't remember, but I hope so. That would be incredible.
Little did chat know, we do fashion advice on this show as well. It's one of our often most overlooked capabilities that we do provide, but we will provide fashion advice from time to time.
You're welcome, chat.
The cinematic Sharkiverse. Speaking of which, thoughts on Sharknado?
Am I gonna be called a fake fan if I say I actually have not seen Sharknado? I am familiar with it. I'll have to watch
there's
it.
Like 6 of them.
Well, there's like 5. Wait, how many? There's at least like 5. There's got to be, right?
I think a new one's coming out. I'm not sure.
Oh man. That's crazy. Oh, I wait, hold on. So I gotta explain this real quick because this is pretty crazy. We're gonna do a wrong warp glitch here. So I'm gonna buy the suit. I got hit while I entered the store, and I'm timing this so I die as the suit is getting put on. And if I timed this right, it will play the end level fade out instead of the death fade out. We don't know exactly why this works. Okay, I did mistime that. That's fine. It's a little bit precise. We'll try that again. It's okay. It gives us more time to explain it. Oh, sorry. What'd you say?
I said this is an amazing glitch, though. I've never seen something quite like this.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. Like I said, I don't know if we know exactly why, but yes, this skips the entire level. Now we actually do get this. There we go. Okay, that worked. Okay, that's chapter 10. So we saved this for the end because we can only do it 3 times. And it just ends up working out that way, that it's a bit faster to skip the last 3 levels instead of any of the other ones earlier. I suppose the game could get rerouted a little bit if we were able to find any that ended up being a little bit quicker, but chapters 10, 11, and 12 are all really long for the most part, so it kind of just works out that way. But yeah, so that's the main reason why, even though it's New Game Plus, we don't start with the fully upgraded suits. Because you can see now my suit does look a little bit different, so I actually do have the level 2 suit now. If you did not get the suit, then you could do this in pretty much every single level that had a store at the beginning, but again, I think it's probably good that that's not the case, because most of the run would be just most levels would be just instantly wrong warping to the end, which is, I mean, it's cool, it is fast, but it's cool to get a little bit of gameplay here and there.
Clearly you did not see we had KOTOR on the show once, and that took like a 60-hour game and made it like 10 minutes long with just walking through everything.
That's awesome. I love stuff like that. That's very fun. I just find it very interesting to learn about stuff like that. You really never know when you look at a game on the surface, like what kind of wacky stuff it has going on. Because yeah, I mean, a lot of the other Dead Space games have crazy glitches too, but I mean, this game does have some of the most broken glitches out of any other Dead Space game. I mean, this is the only Dead Space game with a wrong warp. I mean, none of the other games have a no-clip glitch that lets you walk through walls, so yeah, it is pretty wild.
And we did get a stomp, so I'm happy.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, we got at least one of those in for the fans.
No sound effect, which was weird, but
yeah, well, you know, that's all right. All right, so same thing as before, but with the level 3 suit now. Again, this is chapter 11. Every time we get hit, we regain control, by the way, so that's why this works. I'm able to fire again. Because we need to die right there specifically, otherwise it doesn't work. And then now time is actually coming up in like 10 seconds. That might be, hopefully this timing is good. But I'm gonna buy the level 4 suit. And then the wrong warp is actually going to take us straight back to the title screen, and this even skips the credits. But once the fade out happens, that's time and time.
GG.
That's Dead Space Mobile.
I love how you're just like, we don't have time for credits, end game, final boss, none of that.
Yeah.
We just go right to the.
No, it's it's
screen.
crazy. It's crazy because you get that combat sequence, and then there's those last 2 levels is just like that. But yeah, that's Dead Space Mobile. So it didn't pop up because I've beaten the game a few times here already. But when you do that, it does actually like give you the achievements for beating the game, unlockables, all that stuff. So the game. If anyone's curious, the game does actually count that as beating the game. It just ends the level.
I love how even the game's like, I'm done with you.
Yeah. So it's a little bit anticlimactic in terms of the pacing. Just the fade out and boom. But yeah, that's it. Yeah. So I hope you all enjoyed. That was Dead Space Mobile. It's a pretty crazy game. But I'm glad. I appreciate having me on to show it off.
No, it's my absolute pleasure. And we have a few minutes if you want to do shout outs or tell people where they can find more about you, or if you do any streaming, Discord, any of that fun stuff. Now's a great time to share it. We got a lot of people in chat very, very excited about this run.
Sure. So I guess first of all, just shout outs to the Dead Space community, speedrun community in general. A lot of very dedicated runners, glitch hunters. Special shout outs to Arsis, who is one of the main people that actually got a lot of this stuff running, a lot of tools as well for testing things, debug, which helped find a lot of these tricks, found a lot of these glitches in general as well that we use in this run. Wouldn't be the same without. So special shout outs to Arsis as well for that. As far as me, I stream on here at twitch.tv/sharka87. I do a lot of horror games, but I do Dead Space a lot. That's what most people know me for. I recently did Dead Space 2 blindfolded any %, and my current project is I'm doing some Dead Space 3 co-op with my friend and fellow runner Radish. So we're doing some co-op any % stuff right now. If that sounds interesting, if you want to check it out, that's what I'm gonna be up to.
And I heard you might be able to be talked into a full anthology run of all of Dead Space.
Someday I would like to do an anthology run, TBD, in about 12 hours, but
you heard it, chat. Give him a follow and then bug him every time he goes live to do an anthology run. Well, thank you so much for showcasing that. I do really appreciate it. We are going to take a quick break while we get set up for our next run, which is the Mega Man X1-3 route randomizer. I'm super excited for this one. And while we are on break, if you're looking to get more involved or learn more about, GDQ and the community and all that fun stuff, you can join the official Games Done Quick Discord and add the Hotfix role for letting you stay up to date with upcoming events. We have a lot of things coming up. You can chat with staff and more. So use !Discord and Twitch chat for an invite and more information. I just put that down for everyone in chat. But we will be back in just a few minutes with that Mega Man X1-3 run. I'm super excited for it. Don't go anywhere. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Perilous Paths here on GDQ Hotfix. My name is Cutie, and we are in the middle of an incredible show. But before we get to our next run, which I am very, very much looking forward to, I want to let everybody know that we are going to be returning to PAX West from September 4th to 7th. That's not very far away. So if you're interested in submitting a run for PAX West, you can visit gdq.gg/submit and consider, submitting your runs and joining us on the stage there. And if you want to just visit or attend the event, you can go to west.paxsite.com to learn more. I strongly encourage anyone who's able to make it or who's interested in submitting or being part of it, please do consider doing that. It's going to be an incredible event. I'm super excited for that. But without further ado, we are going to have our very first randomizer on the show. I am so excited for this. We're doing Mega Man X1-3 Route Matrix Randomizer with Bedwood Blackburn. How are you doing today?
Doing quite well, thank you. Yourself?
Doing well. That was really fun. I know you were in chat earlier. Fun Dead Space mobile run. And like I said, I'm a huge fan of Mega Man. We've had Mega Man on the show a number of times, so I cannot wait to see this.
Yeah, it's a blast. The Route Matrix Randomizer itself, it is a Mega Man X1-3 cross randomizer. So the items are randomized across the 3 games. It can go ahead and, in this case I did, for time reasons, I did go ahead and do a lockout of 25% of the levels, with a few levels like the X2 and X3 boss rushes locked out because we don't have time for that. Outside of that, basically you go ahead and You start with either a few couple limited weapons or 1 or 2 lemons. That's about it. I think we should just go ahead and jump in, see what we start with here, and we'll go from there.
The power of citrus fruit. I love it. Whenever you're ready, give us a countdown. We can get into it.
3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck. Have fun.
Thank you. Hey, Chill Penguin. Speaking of, here we go.
Yeah, somebody in chat was asking when Chill Penguin could be placed. Well, apparently it's going to be number 1.
Well, let's go ahead and switch to weapon. Now, there are a few things, like you saw that fish was slightly blue. That means that it has... Oh, this is not looking good. Yep, there we go.
Hey, you gotta if you're gonna die, this is the show to do it on, and so
This is definitely
get it out of the way
so
early. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
The nice thing too is there is in this. So let's get charged real quick. Let's get that out of the way. The reason why you're seeing it flash blue is that it has extra defense. So that is also a problem, because that means that it is tankier, of course. And I get hit by the spike there.
So not only is the route randomized, but the enemies and their stats are as well.
Enemies and the stats. There are 3 different virus types. You saw the blue one there, that's defense. I'm gonna pop out and go into the next level. You can't exit out at any time.
More fish.
Oh, hi. Welcome back
everywhere.
again. As you see, that one also has blue, which means that it's also a little bit more stout. Red means extra damage, and yellow means faster. So, and you can have a rainbow. So you can have one that has all 3 types attached to it, which makes it even more fun. Oh, that was a bird in the ground. Okay, hello.
And does that apply to bosses as well? Could you have a rainbow boss?
The bosses itself, they've got their own set of attributes, so to speak. Not as much attached to that. They can be protected, they can be a few others. I'm actually going to go ahead. I'm wondering in this case whether or not X1 is where we need to start. So give me a moment here. I'm going to swap to the next one.
Okay, so you can actually just go to different games.
Yes. Yeah, by pressing select, you actually swap through the games. Flame Stag actually being open is a good thing. Let's rotate a few times and see what our... Because if you look at the... we actually have a lot open in X3. So this may actually be the play here. In addition, if you look at the numbers beside the hearts on each section, the top section being X1, the second section being X2, and the third one being X3, it shows a number, and if it's yellow, that means we can actually go to that level. For instance, we've got Sigma level 1 and the intro stage here open. So I'm going to actually, we've got lemons, we don't have anything else. This may be a little bit tricky with just charge. Let's see how far we can get through here.
And Mega Man games all being about kind of having the right tool for the job. I imagine a randomizer is, of course, going to be the hardest at the very beginning, and then as you start collecting and getting boss weapons and all that fun stuff, like it's going to become a lot, easier to know, okay, this is the next stage, this is where to go, this is how to deal with things.
Correct. There is one thing in this as well. You do have a couple extra features. Where the normal exit is, okay, now this feels actually like the intro area is a little bit, well, try not to fall there, come on now. But it looked like the intro area was a little bit kinder, so this actually looks like it's set up better for what we're trying to do here. We also have the arm cannon, it looks like. So yeah, we have the arm upgrade for X3, so that does help out someone. Although we don't have a second lemon right now to shoot the second as fast behind the first one to have that. Okay. Well, catfish, so we've opened up another level in X3
Okay,
already.
so the keys are I'm starting to understand
the keys are to open the levels, yep. Yep, if you see it real dark, like, it looks like 2 of them in X3 there, Tunnel Rhino, and the one right beside it, those two are locked out because they're dark gray instead of lighter gray. So that is, okay. So that is X2 level there. Let's see if we can get up without, okay. Whew. Not X4 through 6 yet. That might be something that may be created in the future. Pardon me, sorry about that.
So, when it comes to like the different levels and the enemy randomization stuff, do the levels get ranked in any way? So like some are going to be easier so that you have a natural progression and a starting point, like there's a level that you're sort of supposed
Sometimes
to
it does seem like that, so I'm sure I have not figured out kind of the progression for that yet. I am rethinking this though, since we don't have any special weapons yet. Let's try to just get past this part here. And we'll see. The other thing that's...
Oh,
okay.
that wasn't there. That spawned in. Like there was a little bit of like a game lag or something.
The X1 platforms that are in Boomer Quanger stage, those platforms that come out from the wall, those can pop up in X1 anywhere as well. Those are a lot of fun when they pop up. I'm going to swap over to X2 since we do have a secondary weapon there as well. We don't have any... Oh, I did not mean to go into a vial stage already. Let's go ahead and go out from that one. The other thing too is after you hit checkpoints in a level, your health and your weaponry refill at those checkpoints. And the other nice thing about that is that... Oh, gee. Okay.
And some people in chat are talking about like how ridiculously unfair some of this seems, like the fire rate being an unlockable and like the...
You can tweak a lot of things in it. I went with more spicy flags for this evening for obvious reasons.
We love it spicy here. Like, I hope that everyone out there is kind of getting an idea of why I was so excited to have this on the show, because obviously Perilous Paths, challenging runs, we want people to die here. That's kind of my thing. So, like, I'm enjoying this. I know it's going to get easier, and I know, like, it's probably not feeling great to you to die a few times, but, like, I'm loving it. That's how I know I picked a good game.
Yep, you did. It is quite unkind to start with, depending on the flags as well. And as I said, I did not pick polite flags either. So, strap in, folks. We're in for a fun ride. If it says 99 on that, that means that's one of the locked out stages. So, okay, so we are in a very slim spot here, where we're not taking damage, but we're not able to slide through there. So I'm just gonna stay right here, and hopefully we kill this before that. There we go.
Someone in chat said
E-tank for X2. Okay, this is good. That is important. We now have 2 E-tanks for X2.
Oh, so the upgrades are for individual games. They are not permanent.
Correct.
Oh, interesting. I assumed you were getting upgrades for all 3 games.
Sigma upgrades, or the Sigma keys, cross the energy upgrades for the weaponry, and the heart tanks. Yes. Everything else, no. Okay, so we do have something that will damage here. Okay, so we're out of weaponry, but we need to go ahead and get more. So we can actually go ahead and recharge. If we charge our weapon when we're out of it, it actually will go ahead and allow us, if you see here, it says charge to recover. So that is actually a feature built into this, is if you need... Yes, it does end up starting with more than a full bar. Most bosses. So, yeah, that's the other thing.
I like how he's getting his jumping jacks in. Getting some exercise.
I'm just fine with him being right here, because this makes things a lot easier for this. So we can actually get some purchase here on some items at the end of the level. Because you do get multiple items, especially when you lock out. Usually I'll do 35% lockout, and that'll usually give 7 items at the end of the level. So...
Hey, if the game's going to be unfair to us, we can be unfair right back.
Exactly. We will take everything we can. So, a change in Gravity Beetle. Looks like also... Okay, so we got speed up and attack up for our Buster here in this stage. So, let's go and see what else we have. This is actually one of the largest amounts of items in a stage. Come on up. Thank you. Body parts for 3, so that's a little bit of defense. This is good.
I was like, what does that even mean? Like, X picks up body parts? It sounds like a continuation from Dead Space. Like, just X found some stuff on the floor.
So that is just a item up there. That is nothing. Okay, so that's just health and a fill everything. So we'll just leave those there in case we need them later. Hello, fish. Please go away. Okay, that's health. We will take health. We will take a heart tank. And that is a second lemon for X1. So that is actually good as well. Okay, that'll stay there for right now. And then we just crossed that checkpoint. As you notice, the weapon bar refilled there real quick. Ow. That's smarted. Up here, Beetle. Ooh, that's Tunnel Rhino. That's Tunnel Rhino's weapon, so we have another weapon for 3, actually. We'll see if we can beat Agile here. I am not... hello. I'm not holding my breath that we will be able to beat Agile here. Yeah, actually, we need to exit out and go back in because he is not damageable with the weapons we have right now. So let's go back in. We'll start at the checkpoint we were at. That's the other thing, too, is even after you exit out of a level, you can start at any of the checkpoints that you've unlocked. So that is extremely handy, especially on revisiting levels. Okay, so that's health. Oop. A little bit of misjump there. Whoops. Vanilla? Why is that enemy vanilla? You're supposed to be randomized.
Maybe they randomized it into vanilla.
Okay, that tank that dropped there had red around it. That means that was actually a bit of a high-powered enemy. If it would have hit us, it probably would have one-shot us. Like that. Speaking of...
the enemy kept doing, like, circles. Like, it was almost, like, taunting you after it landed on you.
Right? Shunk. Well, that happened. Okay, let's get back to it. Let's see if we can get up the shaft this time without dying. Yeah, that's red. So that does definitely have extra attack to it, so we know you're here this time, buddy. Hi. Bye.
Oh, that one was red too.
Yep. All of the same enemy will be the same color.
Oh,
so if one of them is red, they will be red for that one. So yes, pickups will persist even if you have beaten the level, even if you have cleared it. The other nice thing is after you're done with a specific game, you can come back to that game. Ooh, nice. We have a 10 damage flame on Flame Stag. Irony of ironies, he is weak to his own weapon.
But you can't take their weapons to the other games and find like new weaknesses that didn't exist before.
Correct. The weapons themselves are locked in the game that they came from. Ouch.
Oh.
Yeah, we just got slammed. But again, with it dealing 10 damage at a time, that helped us out so much. We have Bubble, so we have a second weapon here. Let's go back in here to the second to that checkpoint we were at just before Agile and see if Agile is weak to bubble. This is going to be tricky if he is, but it's worth a chance to see.
It's also kind of funny that you can get different weapons from the bosses. So the fire boss is giving you the water weapon.
And was weak to his own weapon. And nope. Okay. Hold LR or both weapon, left and right weapon select, and then press start and you'll exit out of the level for you. Now normally the exit itself, or the item that you use to exit, that actually ends up being a basically a invincibility generator. So normally I frown upon it because it knocks your point value down quite a bit, but there are sometimes, especially when you're going on spicier builds like this one, where there's just a column, say the enemy that knocks the spiked blocks at you, that is normally in Chill Penguin's level. Sorry, something got caught in my throat there. Terribly sorry about that, everyone.
Oh, no worries. It's allergy season.
It is, unfortunately. I'm going back for this. But that being said, they say that one is in the column going up to where you would normally pick up your leg parts in Chill Penguin. That would completely lock that staircase or that column out from being able to get past, which would soft lock the level, or hard lock it, I should say. This has built into it that particular feature so that you can go ahead. Ooh, Shoryuken. Nice. We will take that. So we have a Shoryu early. As much as that sounds great, they do not always do as much damage as they would in a normal game. So, do we have... Nope, we don't have one here, but that does give us Buster ammo for 3, so we'll take that.
So we have some discussions in chat about playing the X series. Do you have a favorite Mega Man X game or a game you would recommend people start with? Personally, I like the first one, but I haven't played all of them.
X1 is my favorite. I actually used to own that one personally. I want to go ahead and get it again. That right there, you just saw something here. Give me 2 seconds, I'll go right back to that conversation on that. But what you saw there was I hit that with bubble and it instantly died. That usually means that it's a weakness. So if you see an exclamation mark, that means an instant weakness to a particular weapon, which is a one-shot kill, which is extremely nice. Okay, we want this. It's high-speed charge. But yeah, X1 is actually... Jump. X1 is actually one of my favorites of the 3. I like all 3 of the 1 through 3. They've been ones that I've enjoyed for years when I didn't own them. You know, just because of the fact that they are such classic Super NES titles in general. I've thought about speedrunning them one time or another, and then I see a lot of the, you know, like glitching through walls tricks and everything on them. I just walked into that one. I was like, he's gonna drop, isn't he?
Yeah, the rhinos are really giving us some trouble here.
They're giving us the business.
Do they normally live on ceilings like that, or is that a randomizer thing?
That's a randomizer thing.
Okay, I was like, a robot tank rhino doesn't seem like it should live on a ceiling, but here we are.
We have these for a reason. I'm going to use them because we'll get them right back here as soon as we get to the checkpoint anyway.
Oh, it's not doing damage.
Of course. It is
immune to everything.
It is immune to the special, and as soon as I got rid of it, it came right back.
We love randomizers. I've always wanted. I've never done a randomizer myself. I've played like roguelikes and stuff, which are built-in randomizers, but I've always wanted to do one. So this is fascinating.
This is a trip, and I love every minute of this. It's rude. It is absolutely brutal sometimes, but come on. Really?
So do the bosses all still have normal AI and behavior?
They do.
Okay.
They do. Although what will actually say, for instance, like our good friend Snail here, what will knock him out of his shell will vary. So it does not look like I have the item to knock him out of his shell. Oh, you're gonna try to... He's trying. Got him. Crush Crawfish level is open now, and we've got another... X3 is looking a lot better now. We've now got some decent weaponry for it. Let's swap back over. I've played 1 through 3. I actually own 4 through 6 on PlayStation discs, so I've played everything. We don't talk about 7, and I think the only one of the series I have not played is 8. So
I do think the one thing that stands out to me about X1 is the intro level is often considered one of the best like intro levels to a game ever made. Like I know they teach it sometimes in game design schools and stuff, how it slowly introduces you to the mechanics and everything. So that's what I always remember is that like intro level in X1.
So it seems we've got some really strong acid here. There we go. First try. Let's go see what we have.
Nothing like
So
ice.
that's only...
Nothing quite like ice physics in a randomizer.
Right. With random enemies that are not accustomed to ice physics. So let's see what Buffalo will give us here. Okay, immune, so it is weak to Hornet. Thanks. I did not expect that fast shot real quick there. Okay. Excellent. That is actually extremely nice because that means that this is a cut through the enemy. So it is piercing and it does 10. So we will take that because 10 damage to a boss is a beautiful thing. Okay, we just got body for 1. We've got Sting Chameleon, so we've got 3 weapons. Let's continue.
Someone in chat is asking to confirm if this is the randomizer made by Percibe. Some people are looking to figure out how they can get their hands on it.
It is the randomizer by Percibe. I pronounce it Percibe. It could be Persabe. I'm not sure on that. I apologize, Gomenasai, if I am wrong on pronunciation on it. But yes, that is the one. I went on and followed the. When you search for it on how to set it up, you will see a. Oh, lovely. We have extra stout here. You will see a Reddit thread on how to set it up. That is actually the best way to go through setting it up. That's the same one I used. The only thing that I've done to it tonight is I have went on and changed the icon pack. If necessary, hit me up on Discord or ask around and I can go ahead and get that to you. It's just changing the icons.png. It's extremely easy on that, thankfully. Let's see what's up here. We can't get it yet. Oh, that's a Hadouken. Nice. So that'll be nice when we can get it. Yeah, it's extremely awesome. It is so much fun. Frustrating, but if it's too much, start with the recommended flags, and then tweak them, pull them over to the website, which has additional features, and more importantly can be Google Translate can translate it into English, which is extremely nice. And just go ahead and run with that. That way you can go ahead and see what works for you with it, kind of set your own flags up, roll with it. We probably should use this. I don't have the... Ooh, that's a weakness for that turtle. I do not have the air dash, so it's not like I can go up this column a bit faster than normal. But it looks like everything's weak on the way up to Tunnel Rhino, so we will take this.
Might as well
Trying to get up there faster.
Might as well try. Work the shot.
Okay, we don't have any ride armor, so we can't go and do that. So it looks like the core of these are weak to Tunnel Rhino. Because you see the exclamation bar pop up just as soon as I get it. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about trying to defeat that spot there because we still would have to get over those spikes. Which I am not going to bother doing right now. It's not worth trying to get through that. Yes, just about everything is correct.
Oh, you see my messages in chat. I'm trying to talk some way through it without, going through the explanation again. But basically, the 3 games are combined. Upgrades you get stay in the game that they are for, and then enemy placements and stats are randomized as well as bosses are upgraded. Basically, we're playing everything on a super hard, unfair randomizer version.
Although that was like a good chunk to the life bar. Got frog. Okay, that does not give me what I can go back and open that capsule location with. So we'll just skip that for now. Let's get over to the wall here. Okay, so that is charge speed in X1. Hey, we have another Sigma key here. Let's go.
And I guess that's a good way to kind of approach what is our end game here. Are we trying to get all the Sigma keys and that's ultimately the goal?
In game is 20. It looks like X1 is 18 Sigma keys to be able to go to the final level. 23 in X2, and it looks like we need 25 for X3.
And do we have to beat all 3, or any one of them is considered good?
We do have to beat all 3 games.
Okay. So I can't do math, but that's something like 60 keys.
It's combined keys. So they are the keys, heart tanks, and the weapon energy are common between the 3. So as we get upgrades for each of those, they actually help each other out. Okay, come on. There we go. Now we get the refill. I'm not gonna bother with the frog armor there. It's just not worth it in my opinion. That is immune to that weapon.
It's interesting you get an exclamation mark, but you don't get an icon for immune. I guess they just say
like
hey,
an X. Yeah. Yeah, you just see it either bounce off or do absolutely nothing. Oh, we have one of our armored guys again.
I love the things just stuck in the ceiling for no reason.
Yes, that's part of the best part of it is when you don't have it checked for collision and such, is when things are just all over the place. Yes, so many quality of life things, Team Murdoch. You are not kidding on that. It just, the fast doors, the small things like that, it's just so nice. Okay, that is, yeah, thanks. Okay, so we are... What is, okay, 2. So it looks like acid is the best thing we've got going for us here.
I didn't expect that to kill.
Just enough. We're at 8 overall. So the other thing that's nice here is if you take a look here, you can see kind of if there's a question mark, that means it's something other than a health refill or an energy refill. So, or unknown at the moment.
It also looks like it gave you a total possibility count at the top. It said checks 43.
Correct.
So you're not just like endlessly searching levels for getting where stuff is. Like it gives you a nice little like indicator, which you don't get in a lot of randomizers.
The auto tracker is extremely nice in that it gives you a lot of information automatically, but you can totally run this without it.
The disco enemies
is...
kill me every time I see them, just spinning like that.
Whee! To go with our theme from a couple weeks ago. Whee!
Speaking of a couple of weeks ago, that's a good time to plug our YouTube, which is you can always catch up on past Hotfix shows and marathons and events at youtube.com/gamesdonequick. We've had a lot of events recently, and we're going to have some more. But we also did just have SGDQ as well, so if you missed any runs of that or any of the shows on Hotfix, like Perilous Paths or some of the other things that we have on, always consider checking it out on YouTube. And if you're in the future, a couple weeks from now, you're watching this on YouTube right now, first off, hello, thank you for watching. But also consider subscribing, liking, becoming a channel member. All of that fun stuff helps support GDQ and helps us keep doing these shows and running these events, so it is very much appreciated.
So here's fun. We have to take the slow hops to get through the floor over here.
The bunny hop.
Pardon me. As you said, it is allergy season.
Absolutely.
Good grief, is it?
And especially throughout the U.S., like in different regions, there's a lot of ridiculous weather right now. It's either super hot, there's like a tornado, or not a tornado, hurricane warning in the southeast. Like all kinds of stuff is happening with weather and allergies.
It is. The whole eastern side of the country is having adventurous weather, and that's not even including any of the smoke that may be coming from
That's
up
a good
north
point.
as well.
Yeah, I left out the smoke, which is obviously a big concern for a lot of people.
So it's a what would be joked as a poo-poo platter right now of adventure. So should have one more hit after he's done getting to the edge there, and 9 helped out quite a bit. Okay, now that one BYT was Bite being killed. As some may know, Bit and Bite together end up causing different segments or different levels in Stage 3, in X3. So that will actually, once Bit and Bite are killed, you can go ahead and face the alternative boss and get extra items from that one as well. So that is very handy to have.
No, not Bite.
Oh, we'll still have to face him sooner or later anyways. The nice thing about the
that Bite.
randomizer.
Yeah, that Bite. We do have a GDQ Bite, which Ray put the emote in chat for, but yeah.
Good point. Not that
not
Bite.
our Bite.
No, the X3 Bite. I wouldn't dare with that Bite. Okay, do we have a weapon that can one-shot max? Yes, we do. We will take a one-shot weapon. Thank you very much, game. Greatly appreciated. Why, thanks, game. The other thing, too, that is extremely nice is that if you swap off a weapon and it's still in the air, it will actually go ahead and clear off the screen. So it actually, that is another quality of life improvement. Yes, the tracker does come with the randomizer as well. Both are done via Lewis scripts, so that is the other thing that can be a little bit tricky if you're not familiar with them. I'm thankfully familiar with them from stuff like doing archipelagos with Link to the Past randomizer and a few other things. So I have some familiarity with Lewis scripts that way, but if you're unfamiliar with Lewis scripts, it can be a little daunting at first, but after you get past that initial setup again, it's easy peasy at that point. That would be a weakness.
It's interesting. We've only been going for, I don't know, maybe 30, 40 minutes, but it's interesting how quickly you've become a lot stronger from what we saw at the very beginning, where like everything was like incredibly difficult and now you're actually able to hurt stuff.
It's very handy and very appreciated.
Go figure, being able to kill enemies works.
The funny thing too is sometimes you'll go ahead and you'll be like, oh, I need to make sure that I see which weapon that the sub-boss is weak to, and then you loop back around and you try your buster last and you're like, oh, it was actually weak to that the whole time. Oops.
We just got to get revenge on those fishies. That was terrible start.
Yes, my goodness. So we do not have something. Hey, there is another X1 weapon. So because we picked up the stage change here mid-stage, okay, we can't get up to that yet up there because we don't have our leg upgrade. But we did not have to face the delivery machine because we picked up the stage change mid-stage. I think that's the first time I've actually picked up the mid-stage, the stage change in the middle of the stage I'm in. And it looked like I handled it perfectly. So I will take that. That is a 12.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage.
Just shoot it straight up. And we missed. We got him on the lob. Sometimes you just need to alley-oop it.
Yeah, it reminds me of Cuphead, where they set up the lobber traps. I don't know if you've seen that, but the little balls that bounce up and down, it kind of looks similar to that.
Yeah. Okay, now we're going to come back over here. We have head, body, we have feet. So we've got some decent, we've got 2 lemons. We've got dash lemons as well. Let's see. That's 3 each. Okay.
Still pretty tanky, though, considering.
Well, that's the blue virus for you.
They're all stuck in the
Carts, please. They're trying to spike me in the head as I'm going by. Good grief.
Meanwhile, you have these like F-Zero birds just flying through the bottom.
And they were shining red. Hey, we have those are from Spark Mandrel's stage. We have Gravity Beetle's weapon, which is one of the best weapons in X3 in my opinion.
It's just floating
just
lava drops.
Yep. It's so amusing what they put where.
Man,
Checkpoint.
This being the first stage that you picked was really rough.
Oh my goodness, wasn't it though? So we cannot break those yet, so we're not gonna bother on that. We're not gonna try to go up there yet. Yep. You did see correctly. We had one of the flame columns just from This is the enemy I'm talking about. If that was right at the base of where you're going up that column to go up to get the, where I grabbed Gravity Beetle, you wouldn't have been able to go ahead and get up that column.
All right, chat. Chill Penguin. You asked before the run even started. Here it is. Taking quite a bit of damage, actually.
I got lucky and found the right weapon to start with. 10 damage is... 4 or 5 is good. 10 damage is great. Now, one of the items there is 0 foot. You do have to still collect the 0 parts in X2. You will face 0. My apologies. You will face 0 regardless. But the thing is, if you get all 3 0 parts, he's not as strong. So it pays to find those parts. We're just yeeting through, not even bothering. Do we have a weakness weapon? No, that is a 3 damage weapon though, so... Pardon me again, I'm so sorry.
All good, we gotta talk a lot.
Said. Allergies. Goodness.
It's interesting that it only does 1 instance of damage, even though you're hitting it with 3 lines.
Yeah, it depends on, say, like, if it's piercing, like in X3 with the Neon Tiger's weapon, the spinning blades, it can do multiple instances back to back to back, but if it's not piercing, then it just hits the once, and it can be kind of... There we go. Thank you. Yeah, the snowman thrower, the snow throwers from.
It's just especially funny because they're underwater, where snow literally can't exist. Oh no!
Ow.
I forgot Mega Man is famous for the insta-death spikes. Oh, yeah, the checkpoint's right there though.
Thankfully.
Oh, now we're getting 2. Oh no, back to 1.
Yeah, it's getting it off of the snakes, essentially. Time to charge for more of the weapon energy. I'm not sure we've got the weakness we need for this boss, but we are going to tank through. I'm being stubborn, so...
Hey, randomizer, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Exactly.
I've seen some Castlevania randomizers where you get to a boss and you do like the equivalent of 1 damage and the fight takes like 6 minutes or something.
Oh, that sounds like good old leather whip or leather whip straps with in Castlevania 2 randomizer. Hey, ice was the weakness for it. Good.
And shout outs to them.
That sounds like CV2R randomizer, and you end up having a early Carnilla or death that you have to finish off, and it's like, why?
Shout outs to them announcing a new Castlevania game too. I don't know if chat's excited for that. I'm excited for that.
I am super excited for it. Z-Saber, we have the Saber for free.
Dr. Light never managed to perfect not exploding when touched by a spike.
Right?
Yeah, you can.
It would have been very appreciated.
You can literally walk through lava and stuff, but not spikes. No. Mega Man is ticklish. I think that's the problem.
You know, I will use that as headcanon from now forward. Thank you. That works.
I'm trying to count the arms. That's not 8 arms, is it?
Nope, it's 6, and then 2 feet. So it's 8 if you include the feet.
Yeah, I mean the feet is fair.
4, 5, nothing. 3. 4,
torpedo went around the world.
Oh, just wait until you see torpedoes with Wolf Sigma. It's so funny. A few levels, LV Creed. Not too much though. Welcome in, by the way. Speaking of phenomenal Mega Man runners or X runners. Oh, so those. Yes, we have one of these from Storm Eagle's stage. The seahorses from the stage we just came from, and the seahorses were red. So they're extra powerful.
And some fish. Just cause.
Yep.
Our nemesi.
Yes. I am still traumatized from being eaten by the fish early on.
The ostrich just like straddling the stage. Facing the wrong direction even.
Yeah. Huh? What? Huh?
Just hanging out.
We'll just do this normally. I don't want to go ahead and possibly... Oh, hi. Well then. Okay, good. We have the body armor, which helped out quite a bit there, because I do not know how much damage that would have done with them being red if I would not have had the armor on. We'll see if we can iceless up here. I am not the best at iceless. Why are you in there? Hello? Excuse me?
To be fair, if I was gonna put a gun turret somewhere, it would be at the bottom of the ladder.
Right? It's like, here, this is directly in your way. Okay, that is not necessary, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Yay. Just kind of push through a bit hard.
Whoa.
Ooh. Vanilla and 12 damage. We will take this.
Just obliterated his health bar.
Like 4 shots. Yes, thank you. We are finally getting a bone thrown our way.
I was gonna say you can't all be bad news, right? Something eventually has to work out.
So let's do intro level now. Now we're finally doing the X1 intro level.
Iconic. I don't know what's gonna happen with the randomizer, but iconic when it's normal. Oh my goodness.
It's funny when we have a faster shot rate from our torpedoes than we have our own lemons, you know? Oh, so we have supercharged. Supercharged, auto-charged, tornado. Oop! As I got squished.
Oh.
That was a bit too risky.
I didn't know they could squish you.
Yes. We're just deboosting through now.
I mean, you might as well. That's what we do as speedrunners.
I got the armor.
Can it squish you on the way down there, or it's no longer live?
That's actually when it squished me.
Oh, when it's dead. Okay.
I'm not dead. I'm getting better.
You almost
Right.
saved it. That was a good attempt. Oh, you're like right there.
Yeah, but I got Monty Python there. That the flyer just came in and knocked me in the back of the head. Okay. Oh, hi.
Are you still supposed to die at the end of this stage?
No, thankfully.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
You just
Some
don't
free-
do anything. Yeah, I thought you were gonna have
Nope.
to fight.
Okay, so we actually have no more to do in X1 right now. Let's move on. Let's see, since we have... I did not mean to start at the beginning. So let's go ahead. Now, if you see 12 there at my lives, that's actually the times I've died so far.
Oh, okay.
So we'll start midpoint here because this is just before where Agile is, since we know we need to come back for him. And we'll see if we have any actual weaponry to defeat Agile. Not that.
Oh, there we go.
Oh. So we have to use the...
Could you calm down? That was ridiculous.
I had to out DPS him essentially. So we now have unlimited dash lemons and X1, but we still only have 2 on the screen at once. We've got the charge speed up. Sorry again. Let's go ahead and head this way.
Oh, that one was glowing.
Wow, we actually had him. Oh, hello. Thanks for appearing out of nowhere. If we're close enough, we can actually, you know. We do have 2 women, so. But you can see if we're close enough to an enemy, we can actually kind of fire them off at a decent rate. Okay, so we're gonna try this a couple times. I should be. Not quite.
Oh no.
I probably should have healed.
That was a tough spot. See, this time we knew it was there. It still pops in, but we knew it was there.
You do kind of see the gray outline there, thankfully, so you kind of see it once you know it's there, but when you don't know it's there, holy cow. I'll actually come back for where this part is. I don't have the crash, because I've used that on occasion, the crash, to go ahead and do that one. So let's go here. Okay, that's not necessary.
So they don't randomize the suits, it seems. Like you can't get like a really fast or a really powerful suit or a really weak one. It just seems to be standardized.
Correct. Okay, so heart tank, we can leave that for now.
That was interesting. You both missed each other.
Tink, tink. Yeah, well, I hit him because you heard the tink of it going, nah, I'm not vulnerable. But yeah. Did not mean to go back down there. Woo, had it and then lost it.
Another tough one.
C'est la vie.
Oh my goodness, somebody redeemed the orb. I think that is the first time that I have ever... The first time we've had an orb on the show, but that might be the first time I've ever been in the chat for an orb, so congrats on the orb. You got me beat. I work here and I'm nowhere close to an orb.
Surges.
The lag is spectacular.
Isn't it though? Oh, so are you gonna tell me it's gonna be
Wait, did you just...
this for all three of the... Oh, no. Okay.
Is that an error on my screen or did this person
No,
double
that's
redeem?
double orb.
Double orb. Oh my
Orbception.
goodness. If you have 3, I'm gonna lose it. Okay, different person, but we have another orb. We've got an orb height train going. I don't know if that's a thing, but like I said before, I've never even had 1, and now we've had 3. So thank you all so much for not only redeeming the orbs, because that's awesome, but for hanging out with us so much to earn those. Like the support means quite a bit, and thank you for choosing to hang out with us during this show and redeeming those.
Oh, spikes.
A 4th orb.
Orbception. Goodness.
5 orbs. 6 orbs. What is going on?
Orb.
What is going on?
We're approaching oops all orbs territory.
I mean, this is as good as a time as any to just say thank you all so much for hanging out with us, supporting us, checking out the stream, tuning into our events. Like, if you're doing subs, bits, all that fun stuff, cheered, that supports the channel as well. But even just being here, hanging out, being a part of the community means so much to all of us. So for everybody redeeming orbs and everyone not redeeming orbs, thank you all so much for being here. Really, really appreciated. If we get one more orb, we make our wish. Are these Dragon Balls?
Where's Shenron when you need him? I think we finally got Surges down to a pattern here. We'll just take it nice and easy.
For everybody in chat who
curveball
keeps asking about the randomizer, if you do a search for the name of the randomizer, the route matrix randomizer, and you do a search for that, there'll be some tutorials and guides available, and you'll be able to figure out how to get it set up. And of course, you can always check out the community and everything as well to help you along the way. But if you Google the name that is on the screen, you'll be able to find it.
Definitely. So, let's try this one more time. Now that we went from 12 to 17 deaths.
Blame me for distracting you and all of the orbs. I was when in doubt.
Pardon me. Kind of lost it with the laugh there.
So speedrunning and randomizers are hard enough to do, chat, but having to listen to me while you do them, it's an extra challenge mode for sure. I do love the animation on this boss. It's kind of like a spinning nutcracker or something. It's very.
It is kind of, isn't it?
Yeah, like very holiday themed almost. It's kind of fun. Does this would be interesting. Does the randomizer keep any stats after the fact, so it can like tell you your total number of deaths or total time spent runs or any of that kind of stuff?
It does keep an in-game timer. It also kind of lists the amount of deaths. It does list the expected time for finish.
I kind of meant across runs. Like, would it be cumulatively keeping track of things?
I believe there is a part of that. And I grabbed behind him and pulled through. You know what? I'm going to go around him for right now. Thank you, LV Creed.
Yeah,
I thought it dead. My memory was just not memorying at the moment. Yes. Tells what the weaknesses are, tells where the items are.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah, sorry about that. Thank you, LV Creed, for picking up that fumbled ball there for me. I'm going to go this way. I'm just going to go around for right now.
Yeah, we can always
We'll
come
be back and take him out. Exactly.
That's what's great about Mega Man games in general. A lot of times are about, okay, I'm not doing great with this boss or stage. I'll go to another one and pick up stuff that's very much ingrained in the DNA of the series, but even doubly so when it's a randomizer. You can always come back stronger with different weapons, do more damage, all that fun stuff.
The really nice part about this one, too, is the fact that you've got the availability to go to specific checkpoints.
That, too.
That is extremely nice.
Yeah, we're going to pretend that's not blood.
Yeah, I keep questioning that every time I come to Wheelgator's stage. It's motor oil. There we go.
Yeah, in the in some of the collections, they recolored it, right? And made it blue, I think, or something? Or is it always red?
I thought it was always red, but I could be mistaken on that. I don't remember. I'm so used to playing it on the originals that I don't remember. I don't know what it is on the remakes.
It's not blood, it's oil, which is the blood of robots. There we go. It can be both.
Exactly.
Or cherry Kool-Aid. I like that too. Somebody can patch in the Kool-Aid Man and can busting through one of the doors. If you're not old enough to remember that, you can Google it. But yeah, great old school like 80s, 90s commercials. I don't know when they stopped doing that, but
born in 81 myself, so I'm a child of the 80s and remember that.
Yeah, I think I might be one of the older hosts on Hotfix. I'm getting up there. Especially compared to my show partner, Osborne, who will be hosting the Scenic Route after this. A little youngin'.
Now here's a nice feature here. Instead of like the ground to dig through with the Wheelgator, they put this block here just in case it's not Wheelgator's weapon that breaks the blocks.
Oh, that's nice.
That way you have that availability right there in front of you and you don't have to worry about going, oh wait, how am I supposed to get that weapon underneath me? So there was a lot of forethought put into this randomizer when they were randomizing what broke blocks and everything. So.
And then whenever you finish the stage, we should probably start thinking about a break.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah. For reference, chat, we always try to take breaks in some of our longer runs so that everyone, both in here in the studio playing the games and all of that, but also all of you out back at home, have the opportunity to use the restroom, grab some food, pet your animals if you have anything and everything you need to do. So we want to make sure that we always leave, time for everyone to do that. The enemies kind of coming in and out of thin air is interesting.
I'll say, I do not appreciate that post being in the middle of everywhere.
Yeah, I was wondering what that was. Can you like jump off of that and everything, or is it blocking you?
You can't jump off of that one. It just kind of blocks your way because the enemy will, of course, hit you. I will take the energy up there. We'll just loop back around.
Yes, chat, you could take the stream.
About that at the bottom.
You can take the stream to the restroom if you need to. But also during the break, we have amazing music that is DJ'd by our producer, Ray. So if you need to do that, we will have ambient music for you. I'm not going to ask about anything else, but yes, you can do that.
What happens during the break stays during the break. That didn't quite go as planned. the weapons can be faster than normal. It actually appears that the Sonic Slicer is a little bit more Sonic than usual.
Hey, wrong franchise. We don't talk about Sonic during Mega Man runs. What are you doing?
Hypersonic, not that Sonic.
Oh yeah, I remember this this crane game. It becomes a moth, I think.
Yes.
I've played games, I know
So we
things.
have explosive mines. Incendiary mines, I should say.
And that's the, if I remember, that's the weakness in the actual game too, right? Is fire.
Actually, it's the flame usually.
Yeah. Which does nothing here.
Time to charge to get more. Actually... Oh, weak to its own weapon. We take that. 10 on Silk Shot. Yes, it does involve Japanese. One thing you can do is you can go ahead and, like myself, I've got the auto tracker in Chrome, and it is so helpfully translating things on the fly for me when I get the items. So not only do you have the English and the non-English on the screen, but in the tracker it'll translate it for you. So now sounds like a great time if it's good for you.
Absolutely. So we will go ahead and pause the timer here, and we will take a quick break, 5 minutes or so. So everyone out there, if it's dinner time, you need to use the restroom, grab some water, say hello to your pets, anything and everything. Now is a good time to do it, and we will be back in just a few minutes with. Let's go for. We were talking about Dragon Balls with the exciting conclusion of Mega Man X1 through 3 Route Randomizer. Stay tuned. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Perilous Paths here on GDQ Hotfix. My name is Cutie, and we are in the middle of an incredible run of Mega Man X1 through 3 Route Matrix Randomizer. We've been seeing some ridiculous stuff during this run, and I'm excited to see more of it, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it right back to our runner. How are you doing? And whenever you're ready, let us know, and we'll get back into it.
3, 2, 1, let's get back into it.
All right away. I love it.
So I'm going to go to some of these Sigma stages, since we have literally 4 Sigma stages here in X2. I think it's time we...
Oh.
I hung air too much. Too much hang time.
That was so many spikes.
There we go. Much better.
Oh, we got the trash compactor now.
I've never feared those trash compactors, even when I was playing this casually.
Oh, I meant your weapon, but yeah, the literal trash compactors too, for sure.
Hello, Bat. Goodbye, Bat. And the final one. Yeah, that was a sad time that we got Mega Man 11 before X9. I am kind of partial to the X series. It's kind of weird for me, just like there's many that have Zelda 1 versus, many of the others that they like. First one I played was Link to the Past when I was doing randomizer on that. So there's many that I kind of lean more towards the Super Nintendo than the NES days, even though, I've got a soft spot for the NES. So,
And in some
we will
ways,
take. We will take an 18. Go ahead.
In some ways, I feel like it was the community that kind of put pressure on getting more Mega Mans out there, because we had a lot of kind of spin-offs in a way of like Mighty Gunvolt and some of these other games where Capcom saw that they were kind of still viable and people still wanted them, and that's how we ended up getting different collections and things. So as long as the demand is there and you keep letting people know the demand is there, like hopefully we will, you know, it might take some time, just like with Castlevania, but hopefully we'll get there. I remember this boss during my casual run drove me nuts.
There we go. Goodbye. It is a randomized speedrun. Okay. So we got another Sigma key there. You know what? Again, this is without having... You know what? Let's go ahead and do Sting Chameleon real quick. See if we can get a energy tank there, because we have this final... We have the third Sigma level open, not the final. 18 for the final Sigma level for X1 here.
I like the birds just like looking back and forth and not actually doing anything. Just kind of hanging out.
Actually, I am not going to try that. I'd love to try that, but I'm not going to go ahead and just jump and yeet myself into the void. It's a lot harder without the water.
Oh, so did that randomize a piece of the stage as well?
That itself, usually it is an environmental change, but they do go ahead and have the environmental changes randomly around too. They don't have those automatically unlocked. So, one for most of everything. There's our more than one. Ooh.
We found our 3.
For this guy, 3 is a lot.
I think it's pretty tanky.
Always has been. We're smoking a lot though. And we got wheel gator weapon. Okay, we'll take that. We got all but one of the weapons in X2, which is a good thing. Which means once we get Sigma and Zero unlocked, we should have that ready to go. Oh, thanks.
Oh, it's nice that the life up refills you back to max too.
Yes. The quality of life is, for as punishing as it is, ooh, that's lemon number 3. We actually have like a functional buster in this now.
This is me just not knowing things, but is there a reason that some of the lemons are green? Are they like too ripe or something?
That is actually the dash lemons.
Okay.
So it does differentiate between dashing lemons and standard standing lemons.
Oh, interesting. Stage changes are unlockable items you find in the item pool. Huh.
Correct. You know, I'm noticing a theme here where a lot of the bosses are weak to their own weapons tonight.
Is the tongue normally that fast? That seems like almost undodgeable.
It is. You just kind of... We're so used to having weakness on him, and can we not? Thank you.
Yes, good point. The dash lemons are limes.
Yes, I like that. I like that theory.
We're doing all the headcanon today.
Stays very, very nice citrus theme too. Come on.
And I'm guessing if you have the proper weakness, you don't have to deal with this, right?
Somewhat. There's one. Sometimes the lesser weakness will be the one that stuns. Sometimes you just have a weapon that does enough damage that you really don't need the stun. So they can vary on that. Actually, we only have the 3rd level. We're 1 Sigma key away from the 4th level. Then let's go ahead. Well, it's Sigma levels otherwise right now. So let's go here. Oh, this is Sergi's level. The short, but very risky level, let's put it that way.
That's what we're here for. Oh yeah, I remember this.
I'm just going to take this a little bit more cautiously.
Well, chat, I see some of the messages. You are welcome to play AMA with Creed if you want. If you have anything you want to try to stump them with on Mega Man knowledge, go for it.
By all means, yeah.
Welcome to the show, Creed.
Thank you for fielding as I'm deeply staying as much in the tank as I can to not, randomly jump into spikes, which I'm continuing to do anyways.
I was going to say, that's a lot of spikes right there. And fire, why not?
Yep, I'll just tank the fire. I am not carrying at the moment. Ooh, you know what? I'm actually going to be a little safe on this. I hate using this. This is actually infinite frame generator, so... Oh, regular shots are what the weakness is here? Okay, then. So we're on to the actual fight now. You know what? Let's roll with this, because if we're doing 6 with bubbles and they arc, this is actually a pretty nice one.
Like, the only thing I'm worried about here really is all the spikes. You almost got knocked off there.
And it wouldn't be Perilous Paths without spikes all around, right?
Yeah. So we're coming up on, we've been doing this show almost 2 years, and for the first year we had a lot of Mega Man on. I really, every couple of shows I would throw a Mega Man in. We've had some amazing runners, but we haven't had Mega Man on for like the last 6 months or a year, and so I was really excited when I saw this opportunity, because I miss having Mega Man on the show. We need more of it.
So we have an E-Tank for 2 again. We have no E-Tanks, but we have the Final Sigma level open here. So let's see what we can do with this. This is potentially bold and stupid, but we're going for it.
Hey, let's do it.
Veldegar, Sigma, and Wolf Sigma. The nice thing is it does treat it like checkpoints. So if you die after defeating one, it will go ahead and continue off on that boss, so you don't have to go all 3 in a row.
Okay, one down.
So at least we will, if we die to Saber Sigma, we will at least be able to come back to Saber Sigma immediately.
Yeah. Totally not a lightsaber.
Not at all. Come on. 6. We will take 6.
Are we just trying to bait him into doing the wall jumps?
Correct. Trying to take it a little bit safer, so to speak. And, oh boy. And now we have to charge for more.
Okay, almost there. I do kind of wish the base games had this charge reload feature.
It's very nice. It's almost necessary. Okay, so we've got 2 here that would actually be very... So that's not quite what we want.
That's okay. We start right back
We
there.
at least found out 1. So, also, we get to see what I feel is the best Sigma face, because he pops in, throws out his lightsaber, and then it's like something happened in the room, and he just... Well, you'll see.
Come on, Vile doesn't look anything like a certain bounty hunter. We would never say such a thing.
It's like something in the room stinks all of a sudden. He just Sigma pops in, pulls out the lightsaber, and...
Oh, that's pretty decent.
2.
I mean, at least you don't have to aim it.
Lightning strikes. Okay, so we have this and ice to try. Ice we can actually ricochet off the wall, so let's try that first. And Sigma comes back in, saber out. Ooh! It's still such a hilarious face.
I also like that the head teleports over. Like, it just pops into the middle of the screen, somehow gets... I don't even know how it gets up there, but...
No, that was not intended. As I said, this was potentially bold and stupid without an E-tank. Hello, can we have a transport, please?
Nope.
Oh, so... okay. We may actually have to bail on this for right now, but we at least have the first 2 phases down.
Right. So it seems
nothing
like...
does more than 2.
Yeah, it was just Missile and Tornado, I think, both did 2.
You know what, let's go ahead and finish this Sigma level and see if we can get some items from this. Hello. Look, there's fire.
The random pop in, just hello.
Surprise!
Oh, that seems to be a weakness.
At least decent. Maybe not the best weakness, but it's probably the best we have at the moment.
No. Oh.
Oh. Okay, so I'm actually going to pop out and go over to 2 because we have one more here. Ooh. I thought I had went on and locked out the refights, but
So you have...
let's go ahead and do this.
I wasn't expecting you to have to still do the boss refights.
I thought I had went on put lockout on the refights, but I guess I missed this one, so that was my mistake on that one.
But do you still get items after the refights or no?
You do.
Okay.
Not after the individual fights, but after the refights as a whole, yes. So you do still get the level items. Ooh.
And then I'm guessing it saves the checkpoint after every refight too.
Yes.
All right.
So X3 legs.
Are the teleporters randomized as well, or you know which fight you'll get?
The teleporters stay the same, so. We're having to bob and weave to get the silk shot into where it needs to be there. There we go. Okay, so this is also just a charge shot on it, so that's kind of nice. Shot both of my shots off before, because I gotta remember letting go of the charge shoots one of the shots off.
I don't remember the rainbow laser hands. Is that a thing from the base game?
It is.
Okay.
If you don't have the weakness and don't keep him off of the weakness, then yeah, it'll end up being a thing.
Okay, I must have just been using the flame on him then.
We will take a 10.
What is the absolute most you could do if you had like perfect weapon, perfect, you know?
I've seen 15 and 20 in 2 cases.
Okay.
But again, that's usually cases where you've got like one of the qualifiers that can be on a weapon is legendary. So if you end up having a legendary weapon, it is ridiculous.
Okay, back to the squirrel. Do their weaknesses stay the same throughout from the base
They do.
fight? Okay.
They do.
It's not like double randomized. We're not monsters here. We'll do the same thing.
Though I do remember I only had like 4 or 5 was the most I was getting with this against him, so there's a good one. But again, it's the close range weapon, so game liking to be quite polite with us here, to put it nicely. Or non-polite if we want to put it truthfully.
Outlining some of the different modifiers in chat about sometimes they can be legendary, heavy, heroic, giant. Like, I'm really curious, like, how much work and everything goes on the back end to make something like this. Just like a really incredible achievement to even like put something like this together.
I don't know how much, but it's extremely impressive in general. It's part of the reason why I just keep coming back to it as of late. Is just it's so well done.
Yeah, the funny thing is it comes with a estimated completion timer, and I know if I tried to do this myself, it would tell me it's like 2 hours long. It would take me like 12 or something.
And the first few were definitely much longer than about 45 minutes to an hour over estimated time. I'm now starting to get to the point where when I'm doing the 35% lockout the way I usually do with the flags, sorry, with a little bit nicer flags, I'm coming in within half hour to 45 minutes under, thankfully. This particular set of flags I'm right about on par with, so. Come on.
Oof. Really, at this point, we have so much health. I'm mainly just, anytime I see spikes on the screen, I'm a little scared.
Justifiably. This is one we haven't hit.
I was gonna say, yeah. So you're going to do some of the bosses that we haven't seen in stages, but we actually don't know anything about their weaknesses.
Correct. And this is fine. This actually refills everything too, which is nice. Let's see if it's vanilla. Not vanilla.
Hey, 2 damage.
Their own weakness.
Yeah, it's just tanking everything. There we go.
Bubbles a 6.
The bubble seems to be the MVP of this run. It seems to be good on everything.
He seems to be extremely healthy too, because he's hitting me for like 10. So I don't know if he's got some sort of heavy damage modifier, but I can tell you I don't like it. Although Bubble does pierce, because elsewise I wouldn't have been able to get through his ultimate like that.
So
We will take that.
So with the boss, they don't turn red if they're doing bonus damage.
Correct. You just have to kind of find that out when you take it to the face.
Oh, I remember this fight. Oh, okay.
Silk is the secondary MVP, because we've had more than one where Silk has done this amount of damage with.
No.
Where are you at? There you are.
Okay. That one was pretty easy. We're a good chunk of the way through.
This is why I usually try to skip the refight levels.
We're just making sure chat gets their money's worth. That's all we're doing.
Exactly.
The fights were good enough the first time. We want to see them again. It's a Mega Man classic. You can't do a Mega Man run without having refights. Like, that's part of the package deal. We're not going to do it in hopefully all of the X games, but you got to have a little bit of refights.
Fight's so nice you gotta see them twice.
Yeah. We're back in the totally not pool of blood.
Oil.
Yeah, of course. I do like how somehow X is able to stand in it, but then the gator is able to swim. It's deep enough for the gator to swim and shallow enough for X to stand in it.
Right? It's very interesting.
Yeah, because I'm thinking it's almost like a bathtub, and the gator is just kind of swimming back and forth at the bottom under X. Like, I don't know. My head cannon goes wild with randomizers and whatnot.
So we've got another stage here with Spark Mandrill.
Okay.
I mean, with that Magma Centipede. Spark Mandrill stage change was one of the things we got, some health.
Non-Newtonian fluid dyed red. Oh. Oh. Come on, X, you can do it. There we go.
Ray Neon Tiger, so Ray Splasher, so that'll be another weapon for 3. I may have done this a few times as of late.
Have you ever done a randomizer 100% run? Like get everything on the tracker?
I've not yet.
We're getting pretty close. We're filling it in quite a bit. Okay, that was a lot of one.
Weakness.
There we go.
Exclamation mark.
We've had enough bad luck. Every now and then we gotta
Blizzard buffalo weapon.
get a couple of W's in.
Now I always just go ahead and dash across and go into, even if they're not in the level, I go all the way into the Sigma room just to go ahead and get the homing off the screen so we don't upgrade this guy over here.
Oh, easy.
There's a weakness.
Got a lot of love in chat for the route matrix randomizer. I think I'm gonna try to figure out how to set this up because even though it's gonna take me 20 hours to finish this, I think it would be a lot of fun.
It is. It is. Now, we were using... That's right. There you go.
He just wants to give you a quick hug, that's all.
I'd rather keep all my abilities, thank you very much.
Just didn't stay long enough to even get hit.
Yeah, we got clipped a little bit there.
This boss is very
More aggressive.
Yeah, very rude.
One of my coworkers in the chat just said 20 hours would be better than his 30 days.
Hey, those 20 hours could be spread across 30 days. You never know. I'm not doing it in one sitting, that's for sure.
So we still don't have a health tank here. So that makes X1 a dicey figure. So let's go back here to X3. So we have to fight Ikagari, I believe is the name. The bit and bite combo.
It's also interesting how everything has spread out in the randomizer in the sense that we haven't had one game where we've like already finished everything. It's all just kind of piecemeal one at a time.
I've had some where I finished it about a half hour before the others, and I've had many other seeds where it's just like they'll fall in succession. So it varies, but it does tend to be a lot in succession, which is extremely nice. Hey, we will take more weapon energy.
And of course, that's true with a lot of randomizers. Like once you hit go mode and you have enough upgrades and things that you can get through stuff, like then it just becomes you execute on everything. Hey, exclamation marks, always good. Oh, that one's blue still.
Yes. Yep. Now, one thing they did go ahead and do here, okay, we actually have 3 different armors, so they put that platform there so you could actually come over here and get the right armor if you want.
Can you take that with you?
Like a wig up. You can take it with you. I usually ditch it here because I want to go ahead and check where the... Well, that was lackluster.
I remember when the first time we saw one of those walls, it took like 45 seconds to shoot through it, and now you're just like one-shotting it.
Yeah, Bite was defeated, but Bit was not, therefore... we have the armor, so this makes it so much easier. We just stick the one corner of the trident in and we roll with it. I was about to heal there, but looks like we didn't need to.
Do the all the E-tanks refill and everything between the stages too, so we don't have any worries?
It does.
Okay.
It does. That is extremely nice on that. So let's see, what else?
Now comes the OCD part of trying to figure out like what checks we haven't hit yet.
Surges. We have all the weapons now, so we should be able to take surges out. Actually, we have legs as well, so we actually can get the... Hi.
I remember that. I remember that, Scorpion. Oh yeah, this was the one where we got stopped up by the... Okay, by that one on the ledge. Almost. The fact that it respawned is just so rude.
Thankfully, I can shoot into the floor and shoot his feet.
Hey, it's good both ways. They can cheat, we can cheat. There we go.
There we go. There's another Sigma. And we'll exit out. We have arms as well, so we can actually... I did not mean to go to 3. Let's loop back around to 2. We'll go to the next save spot. Because... Actually, we don't need that one. But we do want to go face out surges here.
Oh, you're faster than the bats. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, they kicked on the afterburners after a little bit.
Hello, buddy. This fight is ridiculous.
It is. It is. Surges, when he doesn't want to be nice, is not nice.
Even like the game lag is certainly not helping out either.
No, it's not. Still, I would all but I would give a lot right now to go ahead and get a E-tank for X1. Thanks, buddy.
And are the upgrades always in the other games? Like you can't find an X1 upgrade in X1?
Not always. Sometimes they can be in their own games, but it's not always as... Especially like when we're running out of checks in 1, the way we have essentially at this point. It makes it much less likely.
At least now we've found a way to get into a nice little cycle loop. We're not worrying about bombs on the floor or anything.
As long as we can keep them there, that's kind of what was happening last time. But we do have 3 energy tanks as well, whereas we had 2 last time we were here, and we had a lot less health. So, as you said, you get to the point where you can actually tank a lot more.
Oh.
But
He cheated.
and then you have him do this.
Okay, we're almost there.
Bye. Sigma 1, Sigma arms. That is another level in X3. So... Toxic Seahorse, and this is the violin level 2.
The violin.
That is the Japanese name for viol. I mean viol, not violin. My apologies. But I'm crossing my Mega Man X's for some reason.
I was like, are we gonna break out like the tiny violin emote?
Hey, that is
An
a
E-tank.
bit of magic there. That is a blue E-tank, which means X1.
All you have to do is ask. If you complain enough, the game will answer.
The game knows. Sometimes too much. Yes, Vava. Exactly. That is the Japanese name for viol is Vava.
That's interesting. I wonder what that means in Japanese. If there's like, if it's a straight translation or if it just means something completely different. He just wanted to play Frisbee with you. Oh wow, that's a lot of stuff.
We are at 24, so we are one Sigma key from unlocking the rest of everything.
All right, we're getting
I
there.
gotta remember, press Y, not B or A or X there, so.
We bunny hopping.
We hopping? Yeah, we hopping.
Wow, that shoots really fast.
Hello, Mr. Snow Carts. Why are you underwater?
We don't ask those questions anymore. We've seen enough to know why.
Yeah, this is very true. One Sigma, two Sigma, red Sigma, blue Sigma. Hey, okay.
Shout out to that background, the dam there. That looks really cool.
We can jump across water as long as we stay on the surface.
Huh.
X is really good at managing his water tension. Surface tension with the water. Somehow. Really? Throws me underwater here. That's actually impressive, game.
Oh, we got an octopus again.
Okay.
Oh
we'll
wow,
take the
yeah.
next shot.
That is serious damage there.
Yeah, piercing is extremely handy on weaponry.
I love how the game was immediately like, and no more water, all gone.
Yes, that's the other thing too, is cutscenes like that would take a while. Lightning fast. I think that's part of the reason why they use the one particular core in the emulator to swap back and forth, is that it has that quality of life for that. 4, 7. He is susceptible to gravity. We will take this.
Oh, you don't even have to hit him with that. Just put it out on the stage.
Yep. Now, the nicer version of gravity is when you hit it again, it shoots out a new one and it eliminates the first one. This one, you have to pick up the previous orb. Okay, so we've got 2 E-tanks for one. Let's go finish one. This should be a lot easier now.
All right, so
Probably one of the other weapons is our big weapon, but we will figure out with what we've got. So
if we can finish this 3rd stage, this would be officially the end of 1.
correct.
Got it. And he's just kind of.
And pop. I don't know what happened in that room, but he must think it does not smell very well in there right now.
That's 5. Oh no, 2. Sorry, I can't read.
2.
5s and 2s.
We will take it slow. I am fine with this.
Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Sometimes the hardest thing to do as a speedrunner is to take what feels like a slower route. But if you don't die and you do it all in one go, like that's going to be faster than trying to YOLO it.
Exactly. As I said, this was funny with it. It basically can't find them during iframes, so it'll zip back after the iframes.
Oh, is that what's happening? It can't go through the...
Yep.
Oh. So close.
Lightning.
It's all right. We go again.
Once more into the tank.
Because at this point, there's not too much else we can do in terms of like upgrading and stuff either for X1, right?
Right. There's one more level that just got unlocked, but at the same time, I know, there's 3 weapons, so it may be one of the 3 of those. But if we can just get past this one, we're good. That's the thing on that.
I love how sometimes the missile just like knows exactly where it's going and then sometimes just not.
Claws had it out for me for a moment there.
I mean, there's a lot of projectiles and stuff on screen too. This is not easy. Try to make him sneeze, tickle the nose a little bit there.
Claws are not being nice right now. It's like, we know what you're trying to do down there. No, ow. That stung.
It's okay, we're more than halfway, I think, at this point. Or about halfway. This seems to be maybe a little bit more effective than the myth. There we go. I wanted to give you a little focus time. 1 game down.
Goodness.
Remember, chat, I make everything infinitely harder just by being here. So. Oh, hey, it's our buddy. Oh, not our buddy. Yeah, that's right, chat. We need 3 GGs, not 1 for this run. So we're 1/3 of the way.
This one we've got all 8 weapons, so this one and the next one we have all 8 weapons, so we will find a weakness for each of the forms. How soon? That's a big question. Wow, Sigma, please. Wolverine Sigma, please.
Oh my.
He's hyperactive right now.
Is he normally this fast?
I think he's been drinking his caffeine lately.
Him and me both.
I'm going to switch over to Bubble even though it's one less because it's going to be easier to hit him with.
Yeah, all it takes is 1 out of 7 hits. You do it one more time and it equals out. Yeah, this is basically Vega. I mean, there's Shoryukens, there's Hadoukens, like, you know, there's a lot of that stuff.
That even double hit him, so we'll take that.
Is this 3 phases as well?
Yep, wireframe Sigma incoming. This is where the special chip was implemented, was with for this boss. That and the that's no damage. 1. Okay, what's better? 2.
Two might be the best we have.
Yeah. Two is definitely the best we've got.
But at least it's like rapid fire. And bounces. Oh no, not that thing again. not the Rhino tank.
Okay, we'll have a full 3 tanks going in this time.
There was nothing to be done about that. Enemies on the floor, head right there, laser, like there's nowhere to go.
We'll go straight to wireframe, which is going to be nice too. And yep, Creed's got it right. Good old protected wireframe.
And plus, you don't have to cycle the weapons now either, because you know what does what.
We know what we're running with.
Yeah,
we got full 3 tanks. We know what we're working with.
Oh, it's nice that you can sit in the corner. That's convenient.
And here we are. We're not even out of the first E-tank, and we're already gotten to purple.
How many colors does it go through? Are we doing the full rainbow?
Not quite. He's already in the one before the last. Dark red is the last one, so...
Oh, that was cheap. That was so cheap.
You rhinos.
The teleport instant rhino spawn is just... That was so
Gross.
cheap.
That was gross.
He,
Deserved, but gross.
he was like, oh, you think we're almost done, do you? I've got something to say about that.
Really? He's like, really? We're done, eh? How about no? We're not doing that this time.
It's okay, we got E-tanks to spare. We'll be safe.
Exactly.
The fact it can spawn a red enemy as well that does bonus damage is also ridiculous.
Never mind. We squeaked it out there. I was getting ready to pause it and I hit the last hit. Yeah, when it froze, I was like, did I just get hit and die? Nope, I finished him.
Yeah,
Thank goodness.
That freeze scared me so much. And then I was like, wait, what if the game crashed?
That was a clench and a half. Let's put it that way. Oof.
We love those like frame perfect wins. That's what we do here. We got one more game, right? That was the end of X2.
Correct.
Oh yeah, it says it down in the bottom left. So we just need to finish out X3.
So we have the full 5 lemons in X3. As you can see, I literally, as long as I can mash fast enough, I have a machine gun.
All the lemons and limes. We got a full citrus basket right here.
We only have 2 phases of Sigma here, but we do have the climb to the top afterwards. But we've got the full 4 E-tanks, so...
Okay, that's pretty decent for damage.
3, 9, but even better.
Yeah, we'll take 9. No chill with the fire, though. Or the Captain America shield. I don't know.
Yeah. Sigma is a little... This Sigma is not the nicest one, let's put it that way. But I feel like being aggressive, honestly.
You know, if we gotta reset between phases, we do what we gotta do.
Yep.
That acid was like perfectly placed right onto his forehead.
Now, gravity, if this is the weakness, we should be on easy street even though we're out of E-tanks. So, knock on wood, hopefully that's it. Well, I will take 4. 4 is quite acceptable.
Is this the final stage? You said there was 2 phases for this?
This is the second phase. You do have to climb up afterwards.
Oh, we even get an escape sequence.
Yep. Yeah. I agree. I agree, LB Creed. We take those.
Oh no, not the head again.
Wire Sigma's back.
With lava.
Something goes terribly wrong. Having armor means this is only 1 hit per smack in the lava, so.
Yeah, just style on him. Just ride the lava up the way.
And that is time.
GG's.
We'll see what it says at the end on the in-game timer, but...
Yeah, we got about like a 202-ish over here, so...
Yeah.
I mean, you gave us a 2-hour estimate on a randomizer, and you delivered.
Hey. That is one nice thing about this, is that it will... Of course, I don't look at any of the items, but it does go ahead and spit out an input that gives an approximate time for the in-game timer. And yeah, 2:03:34 in-game IGT, and that was at about a minute with the break because I kind of paused the emulator in between the break.
Does it have like a run review feature? I've seen like Symphony of the Night and stuff where they take you back through how you went through the stage and where you got the items and all that fun stuff, or no?
It does have item checks right here,
okay,
where you can go through and see like the 3 items in stage 1, the X1 intro. There was a Sigma key there. There was the spade is a weapon item, and then heart, of course, is the heart tank. But it'll say where like weapon WA, that was getting what the abbreviation on that one is. But yeah, it'll show all of the items here, and it shows if you look, say on that first one, that's 2 weapons, so that's the second game.
Okay.
So that would be WA wheel.
You gotta break out the dictionary to figure out what's going on.
Correct.
Well, I'm really excited to try out this one where I have a little bit of spare time. Thank you so much for showcasing it. While we have a couple of minutes, do you want to give any shout outs or tell the people where they can find out more about you, if you stream, if you have a Discord, anything and everything?
I do stream on occasion, same as my username, Bedwell Blackburn. You can find me pretty much everywhere there. I have some of my speedruns of stuff I've done. Any other appearances I've made and such, I keep as a playlist on my YouTube. So feel free to go through that. I've done a few things here, there, and everywhere. As I like to joke with my logo, I play a few games. So you'll see quite the potpourri of games, anything from this to Castlevania 3, the Japanese version. You'll see Friday the 13th stuff there.
Okay.
So it's quite the grouping of stuff.
A person of many talents. You love to hear it. Well, thank you so much for showcasing that again. I really do appreciate it. And we had a randomizer on the show and actually ended exactly on time, so that's also incredible. But I'll take a quick moment to give a big shout out to everyone that we've had on the show here. So that includes Sharkcat as well as Bedwood Blackburn. Of course, my producer Ray for all of the amazing things they do behind the scene. And all of you for hanging out with us. We had, I think, 6 orbs, which is incredible. Never had that on the show before. We had our first mobile run and our first randomizer. So it's been a heck of an episode. But don't go anywhere because we do have the scenic route being hosted by Osmorn coming up right after this. I saw James Swan in the chat. Incredible runner, has been on this show a couple of times. I cannot wait to see what they're doing over on the scenic route. So don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few minutes with our next show.